All right. All I wanted was a good performance. All I wanted was no mistakes, no injuries, for us just to get through the Newcastle game and try and do well for confidence sake and try and have some positive momentum for the second leg against Leon. But the way Man United is right now, that certainly is not a given. Bayern, he should have and probably must have taken his chance, but he didn't. And now Ruben Amorim has the dilemma yet again of who starts in the second leg against Leon. We lost 4-1 to Newcastle, and I genuinely thought that we are actually going to put up a fight, show some character. Yes, I know there's nothing to play for in the Premier League. Show some character at least. Fight. Show determination, desire. But you look at the team that we had on the pitch. From the minute Newcastle scored, in the first minute no less, and yes, it was offside, but they put the ball in the net. Their start was intense as we expected. They certainly didn't need a manager on the line with regards to how good they have developed as a team over the past 3.5 years or so. You could see that every player from Newcastle knew what they needed to do. In contrast to Man United's team, we still have players at the club that have cost us time and time again. Ericsson, again, against Newcastle, there is no legs, there is no physicality. And that created an issue for us trying to press Newcastle, trying to play in a mid block to try and counter them by playing the likes of Ericsson to be able to play those passes through or over the top. But the players are not good enough. The team itself is not good enough. Man United have not been good enough this season in the Premier League. Now, of course, the Europa League is still there. We could still win it. We can still go through to the semi-finals if we put in a good performance and we win against Leon. But when does this thing in the Premier League come to an end where the players just choose not to care? You know Amorim needs players. You know that he needs backing. There's no way in hell that he certainly can be blamed for what we are seeing on the pitch. You look at all of the factors. It's not just a lack of intensity, a lack of running, a lack of character, a lack of fight, etc. It's the same things we're going to be talking about. But this is the reality of Man United's team. We still need players. We have so many young players in our team. Roy Keane said it himself. We are lacking Premier League experience in our team. You look at the players that was bought for Ruben Amorim. It was a 20-year-old Dorgu and Aiden Heaven who came in as a free after choosing not to renew his contract with Arsenal. And that itself is not even close enough to help the team in terms of where it needs to be. We lost Martinez to injury, we lost Ahmad to injury, and those injuries have cost us. We've got goalkeeper issues now because we thought Bayern would come in and have a decent performance and not make mistakes like Onana has done recently, but he did make a mistake that cost us a goal. And a lot of people are trying not to blame Bayern, but it is obvious. He made a mistake trying to play out from the back. And that is the issue that Man United has. Both goalkeepers are not good enough for Man United. You look at the rest of the team, Lindelof is still here and somehow still seems to get game time. Now, yes, Maguire was injured and he needs to come back from that. Fine. You know, we have to rotate. We have to try and look at which games are more important. Example, the Leon game after this abysmal Newcastle result. But we certainly have players at the club that should not be here. I said Ericsson, Lindelof. They did cost us in the Newcastle game. But it doesn't matter because we're 14th in the Premier League. We are going to finish, in my opinion, as a Man United fan, this is the lowest I've ever seen Manchester United finish. I know we did get relegated years ago, but I myself was probably still too young to even understand what that meant back then as a child. But this is the worst Manchester United I've ever seen. And I know Ruben Amorim needs time. I know some of our players are young and they still need experience. They still need to grow into themselves, firstly, and then grow as a Premier League or a Manchester United footballer. But let's focus on the positives. Harry Amos, had his first Premier League start and done quite well, in my opinion. Had very good touches with the ball, very good runs off the ball, defensively sound, and showed his quality from left wing back. And that in itself is a positive because Ruben Amorim continues to use the Man United DNA by producing young talent through the club's academy. Harry Amos certainly waited quite a while because we know he had a very good preseason at the start of the season, and we know that we thought he was going to be part of the team under Ten Hag. Didn't get this opportunity. Ruben Amorim came in and he still had to wait more. But once he got this opportunity, his debut against Leicester City, you could see the quality is there. You could see the talent. And against Newcastle United, he definitely showed that he can be a Manchester United first team player now and in the future. He has the ability, he has the talent, he has the hard work, he has the grit and desire. Because I saw how he was, tussling with Fabian Schär in the box and didn't look scared. He didn't look like he was going to be pushed over. He held his own. And those are the types of players and that mentalities we need at Manchester United if we want to go and start competing at the highest level. But how are we going to face Leon if this is how we already look now? Where is the confidence levels? Wayland came on and again did nothing. Xerxes had an excellent game against Newcastle, but after that excellent game, he had an excellent run, but ended in disaster because he pulled his hamstring. And now Amorim said that he's going to miss a few games. And Xerxes was just coming into good form, having good performances. He scored against Leon, as we know, and like I said, against Newcastle, had a very good performance before being taken off due to an injury. Is his season over? Perhaps, maybe, but look at the problems Amorim has now. Now we know Holland is going to start, and we know that in itself is an issue, but we have to back him now. He's the only striker that is available, or out and out striker that is available. So we have to back him. We have to back the team come Thursday because it's a massive game, and we know how important the Europa League is to Manchester United for this season, but more so for next season and the preparation for next season. But as I said, the Premier League is kind of irrelevant right now. So let's forget about the Newcastle game, get it out of the head, and just let it drift away. And we move on to the Leon game, like Ruben Amorim said. Thank you for joining me. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And thank you for watching the video as far as it is. Till we see each other again soon, Red Devils. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.